And a Southampton team news ahead of the weekend? Any injuries or concerns for yourself?
So far, not. We have worked very hard the last 2 days, but the players today we had a lighter session, but last 2 days we were a little bit tired today because we worked hard the last 2 days, but no injuries so far.
Thank you.
Welcome.
There's no more for this section. We'll move on to the one for 10:30 this evening. Adam, do you want to start off?
Got to, amongst the several things you've probably got to do, what's the key things you've got to do differently against Liverpool than you were able to do against Burnley to be successful?
I think it's a completely different opponent. We expect that they have a little bit more possession than Burnley had against us. I think the losing the balls is very dangerous against this opponent, especially in the center. They have an unbelievable transition offensive with very quick players in front. And although you have to be brave when you have the ball, I think also yesterday evening you saw a few moments where they gave chances away for the opponent. Last season we scored after 8 minutes. We had a very good start. Sure, we had also periods in the game where we didn't have ball possession, but this you have to expect against such an opponent. Finally, I think we must have a very, very committed performance, an outrageous performance with the ball and without the ball. Hard working against the ball, closing the space for these quick attackers, and finally the few chances we get, we must be very, very clinical. And last season it was until the 80th minute, I think, a very, very tight game. In the end, from one corner from us, we got a counter attack, I think it's against such big teams. You need everything. You need a good game management. You need a good physical quality, and in the end also mentally quality, especially against this team that in the last 15 minutes, I think they won a lot of points last season. So it's about everything, and if you want to win something, then you must have a very, very good performance.
Was the mentality and how quickly things unravelled with Burnley, was that the most worrying thing for you about last weekend?
You know, the worst thing is after 6 weeks of preparing for the first game, if we lose the first one, then it doesn't feel really good, because we lost one game in the preseason, but as I was told, it's not really interesting. The first game is the game that counts, and then it's normal that you are a little bit at first struggling and think what had happened. So I think in the end it's about getting up, and I think we take the time to speak about it, to show the players, to learn from the mistakes we make. And now I think it's a very good game we are facing now, because the Champions League winner, if you come on Saturday to the game and you play against the Champions League winner, then you know that you are in a good team, and you know that you have a chance to show up. And I think we don't need more. We don't need more motivation than a game in the Premier League where it's about 3 points. And I'm sure we will show a reaction.
In Musa and Kevin, as you said, 2 players that have joined you later, is it realistic that they could be starting soon, or do you think they need more time to settle and integrate and understand what you want them to do?
It sometimes depends on the history they have, in what club they played, what habits they have learned, and some players need longer, some players it takes a short time until they get adapted to our game. So Kevin was now 3 times with us on the pitch. I think he showed that he has good quality. He's a young player, open-minded, and let's have a look.
Ralph, talking about how Liverpool didn't sign any players in summer, but you obviously rate them so highly. I think one of the reasons for that Jurgen's pointed to is some of the players they signed last summer have had a time to adapt, and this year will be where they really kick on. Naby Keita will be one of those, someone you know really, really well. your time at Leipzig. How disappointed do you think he will have been with his own personal season last year? I know they won the Champions League, but the kind of determined character he is, and how much do you think he'll want to prove this year what a top player he can be?
I think this experience, a lot of teams, a lot of clubs make in the Premier League, that when you sign players, that they really need time to adapt to the Premier League football. It's a very physical football, and it's something you have to get used to it. And especially the players from foreign countries, they take time to come on the highest level and to show that they really help you. I think Navigator, so far, I think, was one of the best players I ever worked with, and on the ball, unbelievable. But the physical demanding from this league, I think he also took time to adapt. I think in a moment he's a little bit injured. So all the players, they come to England, I think they need a little bit time, and but they should get this time, because it's a different way of playing football here, and that he has a big quality, I'm absolutely convinced about. Last season he scored against us. I think it was the first goal in the Premier League. So I'm not so unhappy that he's injured now, and but I wish him all the best.
Southampton obviously sold a lot of players to Liverpool over the years who've gone to do great things. First of all, on Virgil van Dijk, do you think, would he be your tip for Ballon d'Or?
I know that every club wants to have a centre back like him in his team. That's normal. It must be a reason why a club like Liverpool spends so much money for a centre back. There must be a reason, and the reason is that he's, maybe one of the best defenders in the world, and that's the reason why. I don't know if that often for Ballon d'Or is a centre back nominated. So I don't know.
And after the game last year, you talked about how you talked about aggression before, but I think you used the phrase sort of getting nasty against Liverpool. How important is that could be this time?
Only nasty is not enough. You should also play a good ball and win your duels. Be sharp in 1-against-1 duels. That's also important. Aggressive, but not silly. Not making silly fouls. At the end, I think play football where it is possible, and don't play football where they want you to play, because then they have an unbelievable transition if they win the ball. Last year we did it in a good way, I think. We find a good balance of giving them no chance to win balls early, but ourselves creating the space we need to attack on our side. Sometimes press a little bit higher, sometimes a little bit deeper. I think we should stay on our track, and the things that makes us strong, we should believe in, and we do, I think. And it doesn't care who opponent is on the other side or what opponent is on the other side. We try to play our football, and that's the reason why we won last year 2 times at home against big teams. And I think this gives us also a little bit trust in what we are doing. And although we've lost the first game, you can be sure that we are convinced about what we are doing.